going on there, YouTube? I wanted to go ahead and do a review of my 2012 Kawasaki Ninja 650. I'm a newer rider, and so one of the big interests in this video is actually to talk to anybody who is looking into getting into motorcycles, having some trouble deciding, you know, what make, what model to go with, what size engine to go with. Some of the fears that I had as a newer rider, you know, were, you know, laying the bike down, being able to control the power, what if I don't have a good handle on the clutch and stuff like that, just getting the hand-eye coordination stuff down. I do have a little bit of an advantage when it came to the clutch because I did drive a stick, so I understood the principle of the clutch and how it worked, but the whole series of controls is entirely different, so I didn't carry the knowledge or experience of being able to actually function it adequately. And if you look at my earliest video with the Kawasaki Ninja 400, you'll hear very quickly that I didn't have a fucking clue how to shift that bike correctly because I was power shifting through everything. The poor bike, thank goodness it took it, but the poor bike took a pounding from this guy. So without further ado, the Kawasaki Ninja 650 is what it says it is. It's a 650cc motorcycle. It's still running on 2 cylinders, just the same as the 300 or the 400s are. This one's just going to make a little bit more power. It's going to be a little bit larger, and it's going to, you know, weigh a little bit more. The power is absolutely manageable. The weight is absolutely manageable. Some advice for the new riders, man. Look, and I'm happy to answer any questions because I know I ramble a lot and I might not be touching on the points that you guys necessarily want to have touched on. But some advice for the newer riders: whatever your total budget is, let's say you have a grand total of $5,000, right? Go out and get a quality helmet. A quality helmet, not just a DOT certification. You need to get one that's at least ECE certified. There's, of course, other certifications out there. You should be doing your own research. I'm not here to be a source of expert information because I'm the furthest thing from an expert. I'm only 1,000 miles ahead of you. You get what I'm saying? At the time of this video, whoever's watching that hasn't ridden before, I'm only 1,000 miles ahead of you. In 2 weeks' time, you could very easily pass me up. It's totally doable. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, but you definitely want to be doing your own research. Get a good helmet, first and foremost. Next, get a good jacket. Keep in mind, depending on what kind of a climate you live in, you may have the need for 2 motorcycle jackets. Oh, and I'm going to get bothered by the police here. Hey guys. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm actually just doing a YouTube video talking about the bike. You too. So yeah, like I was saying, if for a new rider, man, the bike is totally manageable for you. You shouldn't have to be afraid of this. Riding gear is going to be your hands down, your #1 thing. Have a safe night. Thank you. Safety gear is what I would recommend you invest your money in first, and whatever you're left over with, that's your bike spending budget. Keep in mind, man, things happen, you know. If you buy a used bike, you could very easily have to replace a chain. Chain's $100, give or take. When you replace a chain, you're supposed to replace your sprockets. Go ahead and add another $100, give or take. You know, if you're buying an older used bike or one that's been used on the track a lot or something like that, you know, you might have to replace your brakes. All bikes are different, but there's one brake and there are 2 brakes up here. So if those go bad, I'm replacing 2 sets on the front and 1 set on the back. That's not cheap. Lube up and clean your chain and make sure it's in good working order about every 400-ish miles. You're going to need to get the swing arm bolts. Swing arm bolts are going to cost you $20. A good swing arm, you know, a lift for the rear, I mean, a good one, about $100. This number is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so what I don't want you guys to do is have $5,000 in your pocket, go out and buy, say, a $4,700 bike, go to the DMV, pay $200 in taxes, and great, you got your motorcycle. Let's call it a $4,500 bike. Let's call it a $4,000 bike. You go out, you pay a couple $100 in taxes, you know, at the DMV. You get all of this stuff, tax, you know, title, you know, registration, inspection, whatever all you have to do in your locale. And even if you spent only $4,000, you're left with a limited amount of money. And if you don't have any riding gear and you have just one of any of the problems that I've mentioned on this bike, you're broke really, really quick, and you're probably making sacrifices to your riding gear. So don't make that mistake. Make safety your #1 priority, and you're going to be just fine. At any moment, a driver could be unaware and run into you. You know, you could be doing everything 100% right and still find yourself a grease spot on the road. So do yourself a favor. protect yourself, try to be safe. If you're going to do dumb shit, try not to do it around other people. I'm all about America. It's a free country. If there's no human beings on this road, then you want to do 100 down it, then do 100 down it. Just be aware that you're taking chances. You're running the risk of running into somebody who's walking their dog, a drunk guy coming home from the bar at night who decided to make the right choice by not driving home and walked, and you hit him and killed him, or yourself, or both of you, or whatever the case may be. Or like you just saw there's a cop. He says, oh shit, you know, here's this guy going way too fast. He shouldn't be doing that. And he decides to pull you over, and you end up with a pretty nasty ticket that's going to fuck you up pretty good financially for a little while. It might even bind you up criminally. Who knows, depending on what you got going on. So be smart, man. Don't be stupid with these things. These things will take your life. So with all of that being said, get the MSF course under your belt. You want to be knowledgeable about bikes, at least basically capable of operating any general bike that you get on before you go out to purchase, test drive, and do all of those things. If you insist on not going out and doing that, the best piece of advice I can give you, if you're the person who went out and got a bike first and does not plan on going out to the MSF course, there's a couple of things that you should do just to get a feel for your bike. So let's just say that this is your new motorcycle and you've not ridden it yet. You're going to have to learn about your clutch. So let's roll a little bit, get it into first gear. So I'm locked. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in first gear. I'm not going to start the bike. It's in the off position. Clutching in is what allows everything to move freely. When I release the clutch, let's roll forward. What's going to happen? It's going to bite, and now it's in gear. I can't roll it anywhere. So what I want you to do, if you have adjustments on your bike, get those done first so that everything feels comfortable to you. First things first, practice a 6-second release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, clutch is out. Do that a few times. Really get a feel for controlling that travel, because there will come a point where it bites and you're going to feel the bike change when you're actually running it. And I'm going to show you that right now. So, I'm releasing my clutch. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what's happening? I'm moving forward. The engine sound's changed. Squeeze the clutch. You're fine. Nothing crazy is going to happen, right? All right, let's do this again. Squeeze the clutch. Let it out a little bit. See, the engine sound changes. I don't know if you can hear that, but my bike's pulling forward now. If you get nervous, just squeeze the clutch. If you're losing control, squeeze the brake too. Boom. This bike's going nowhere. All right? And you just keep on doing this. Get a feel for where that clutch bites. Rock it back and forth. Do it however you want to do it. Once you get a little bit more comfortable with the clutch, do first gear start. So let's do a first gear start real quick right here in this little nook, okay? We're going to release. No gas. Just releasing the clutch. Feet are up, and we're just rolling right now. Clutch is pushed back in, gently, 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 with the same 6-second rule, squeezing my brake just to get a feel for where it bites and how it bites. Keep your steering wheel straight. Rinse, wash, repeat. So we're slowly releasing the clutch. I'm slowly adding some power. My feet are up. I'm coming to a stop sign. I unroll, completely squeeze the clutch, gently squeeze the brake, put my left foot down because I'm still braking and I want to keep control over here. Once I realize everything is clear, roll onto the throttle. Same exact process, making sure everything is clear. I'm rolling. You do not have to worry about second gear at this point. Just scroll through this nice little quiet neighborhood wherever you can find it. All right, here we go. Roll off the throttle. Squeeze in the clutch. Gently squeeze in both brakes. Come to a complete stop, keeping your steering wheel straight. Put your foot down, just one foot. You're good. Let's go again. This time we're going to turn with it. A little bit of gas, release the clutch, turning, turning, turning. And then it's the same process typically for shifting. So shifting, clutch in, throttle off, kick up a gear, clutch out slowly, gas on slowly, and boom, we're in second gear now. Stopping is very similar. You can either downshift or clutch in, hit both of your brakes, kick your gear back down to first, come to a complete stop, rinse, wash, repeat. And do this over and over and over again until you feel comfortable doing those things. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you're in second gear and you feel comfortable. It's all the same process, guys. I promise you, it'll only feel unnatural for a short period of time. and then it'll feel totally good. Cycle safely and adequately so that you're safe. Wow, that is why bikers get fucking killed, because the asshole's not fucking paying attention. And that's what the hell I'm talking about, man. You can do everything right, and some asshole who's not paying attention is gonna...
I go on and on and on, and I didn't want to subject you to that, but I did want to, as I'm sitting here editing the video, address the ABS and slipper clutch, which I didn't seem to bring up in the video at all. So I'm very glad I didn't go with the slipper clutch. It just kind of forgives some bad behaviors, and if you're a newer rider, you really don't want to learn making bad behaviors, end up going onto a buddy's bike or upgrading to a different bike that doesn't have that feature and have that bike bite you for, you know, doing something that you really shouldn't be doing. The ABS I would have preferred to have. I've had a couple of skids here and there, and the ABS probably would have helped me out in those situations, but I'm doing okay. I haven't flipped the bike or wrecked or done anything crazy, and I've had a couple of close calls. I'm at 2,000 miles now, so anyway, just take that for what you will.
So listen, I've been rambling a lot. I'm gonna have to put this video together as if I wasn't talking to you guys for 20 some odd fucking minutes, and make it look semi-decent so that I can convey the information across to you guys. The bottom line is, just be safe, man. Just be safe, just be responsible. If you want to be unsafe, do you.